Day one of the papal conclave concluded with plumes of black smoke bellowing above the Sistine Chapel. But what are the chances that when a pope is finally chosen, he'll be American? Michelle Boorstein has been considering that and other questions. Good to see you, Michelle.
You too.
Is there an actual chance, like a real chance, we could have an American pope?
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, I think unlike previous conclaves, many people have said they don't feel like there's one person or even two people that are obvious leaders here. So it's possible some of the Americans could be picked from the get-go, or it's possible because they have to get 2/3 majority that an American could emerge as sort of a compromise candidate.
Okay, so well, let's look at the candidates. First, there's Timothy Dolan in New York.
Yeah, Timothy Dolan in New York. So he's probably the most vivacious character that there is among the Cardinals. I mean, certainly he's so well known for his cultural fluency. He's like a real backslapping kind of funny guy. He's also seen as he used to be the dean at the American Seminary in Rome. He has years in Rome, so he's known to people there. And all of these men, a lot of the language we use in this country to talk about these issues, all of these men are Catholic Orthodox. I mean, we shouldn't expect, because they come from the West, that they have some kind of a different position. A lot of what's being discussed here is style, not substance.
The other name we've heard a bunch is Sean O'Malley from Boston.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley of Boston. Yeah, part of it is his image. He's a Capuchin, which means he dresses in a brown robe, and he's very simple in his style. He did some very symbolic things when he came to the Archdiocese of Boston that had been through a major sex abuse scandal. He sold the ornate property where the Cardinals had lived in Boston and lives on the seminary grounds. So he's seen as being kind of a simple style of person. He also has a lot of experience in the Spanish community, including in Washington. He's kind of the father of the immigration outreach here in Washington. He's worked in Latin America and speaks Spanish, so those are big pluses when the church is trying to be more global.
And you mentioned in your story he actually served tuna sandwiches to some of his highest profile guests.
Yeah, when he was picked, like his predecessor, Cardinal Law, was very controversial, and he had his party at the Park Plaza Hotel in Boston. It was sort of a fancy event, and when Sean O'Malley came, he held kind of an informal thing on the lawn and served soda and tuna sandwiches. So some of these people think that they exemplifies his simple style, and some people think it's a little bit of PR.
So it'd be something of a long shot for one of these Americans to get the position, but there's a decent chance that someone just north of the border could be the next pope.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of interest in Marc Ouellet, who's from Canada, for several reasons. One is he also has a lot of experience in Latin America. He spent 10 years in Colombia, so he has a global perspective as well. He's also very familiar with the bureaucracy of Rome at a time when there's a lot of interest in improving the bureaucracy there. So those are some of the positives to him. He's often named as like one of the top 3 people that are attractive to the Cardinals. He, like the other gentleman I'm talking about, very orthodox. In fact, he's been a little bit controversial for being very explicit about no exceptions for abortion, even in the case of rape victims. So some people consider that. I mean, in the West in general, it's seen as a positive that these men have had to engage with secularism and relativism and the shift in the definition of the family. Some people see that as a negative because they say, well, look, the West is slipping from Catholicism.
Okay, Michelle, thanks a lot.
Thank you.